What's going on, crypto miners? Welcome back to the channel. Well, I just got started actually building a gaming rig for my kids. And while doing this, I'm like, this is a really good opportunity to run a little experiment. So let's go ahead and take a look with what I'm messing with. All right, so here's the rig that I'm building out currently right now, as I was talking about. And it's actually a pretty decent setup here with this size chassis. This does have the Asus TUF. This is the B550 wireless board. We have 64 gigabytes of G.Skill memory on here. I just went ahead and actually installed a 2 terabyte NVMe, and there's not much more to it. We got some RGB fans in the front and the back, which are pretty cool. You know, it's always nice to have. I haven't installed a power supply yet. I did pick up the Corsair RM750E off of Amazon for this, and we're gonna get this installed. But the other thing I wanna do is, this is actually the graphics card. I just went ahead and cleaned it off that I'll be putting in the rig for my kids. It's an RTX 3080 Founders Edition. Awesome card, but it's crazy to think how small this is. And you might be like, well, what do you mean? Well, I'm gonna install this in the rig in like 2 to 3 weeks for them for the actual setup. But for my little experiment I wanna do is, I'm actually gonna be installing this guy. And this right here is the RTX 5090. No, I'm not giving my kids a 5090 for gaming. Are you crazy? They play like Roblox and like Minecraft. But anyways, what I want to do is, actually, let me get this unboxed and I'll show you. All right, moment of truth. Look at this guy. Oh man, 5090, absolutely insane. So I did pick this up locally here. I'm actually going to be using it for a vast AI rig that I'm actually building separately here. It's going to be an 8-card vast rig. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to get into it over the next week or so. So look for that video. But I did go ahead and pick this up locally here for $2,600. Got it off of Facebook Marketplace. Brand spanking new. Can't believe it. What a steal, right? So anyways, I got my hands on this and I'm like, I'm not gonna get to building out this big vast rig in the next 2 weeks, but why don't we put it into this rig? I mean, it's pretty beefy, as we said. It does have, which I don't think I mentioned, it does have a 3900X in it. So decent memory, decent solid state drive. Why don't we install this? And you know, I have played with Salad in the past, and I am very eager to see how Salad does with installing this. I mean, think about it. It has everything it needs. It's got a badass, one of the best GPUs out there, right? 64 gigabytes of memory. We got the solid state drive going on. We got a decent CPU. And what I'm thinking about doing is, I actually have a 5 gig NIC card. Let me find that real quick. All right, found it. So we have a 5 gig NIC card. I think you can get these off of Amazon for like 30 bucks or so, which is pretty sweet. But that being said, we have everything going for this. Like, we couldn't present Salad with pretty much anything better. Even on the NIC side, like, it's 5 gig, but my internal network is 2.5. And my fiber on the WAN side is 5 by 5. So I mean, we're gonna be handing this rig 2.5 by 2.5. It's like, man, it can't get any better, I feel like, for Salad. So I'm gonna run this on Salad for 2 weeks with this badass setup, and then we're gonna swap it over to the 3080 for my kids. But in the meantime, let me go ahead and get this built, because I am eager to get this set up. All right, everything came together great. As you can see, the 5090 fit in there perfectly. At first I was a little hesitant, but I forgot how big these actual cases are versus the micro cases. I was a little hesitant on if I could use the 16-pin cable coming off of the actual power supply. Did a little bit of research, absolutely qualifies for it with this Corsair model. So everything is good to go. So next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is go ahead and install Windows. So let me get that set up. I'll get Windows installed, and then I'll show you guys exactly what Salad is, and we'll get that installed and tested. While we wait for Windows 11 to install, let's go ahead and talk about what in the world is Salad. By the way, if you're brand new here, welcome, happy to have you. So Salad is a PC rental service. entirely free to sign up, doesn't cost you anything. You install an application and off you go. Now let's go ahead and take a quicker look. So in the top here, if we click on Earn, that's going to bring us over to this tab here. And quick paragraph, what is Salad? So in exchange for lending us your GPU, CPU, and bandwidth resources, Salad will give you a balance to spend on the Salad store. This can be used to purchase things like Amazon gift cards, Steam keys, Discord Nitro. There's all different things over there. We're going to take a look in just a second. And as mentioned, there's really 4 different ways that your PC is utilized. You can see here you have container workloads. Our most profitable workloads require more intensive GPU resources. At this time, only newer NVIDIA graphics cards. The other way here is CPU. So it's going to utilize multiple different parts of your computer. CPU container workloads use your CPU to run containerized jobs on your PC. We also have GPU mining workloads, as mentioned, and then finally bandwidth sharing as well. Now, talking about what you can earn, come over here over to the store, and this is all the different things that you can earn. Pretty much you earn your balance and then you spend that balance on their store. And there's something like PayPal gift cards you can do, Amazon gift cards that are in here, Venmo, a Visa straight up gift card. You could do other styles of MasterCard gift cards, Roblox, video game items, Nintendo Store, Valorant, League of Legends. You can donate to different charities. There is all different options available. And in addition to that, there is a special announcement coming to you guys here. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so just a few days ago, Salad went ahead and made this announcement. The team at salad.com is beyond excited to announce a new partnership with Golem Project. This extends far beyond supporting crypto payments and deep into our tech stack. As Salad has grown over the last 8 years, so too has our stack of centralized providers across payments, rewards, usage-based tracking. Working with Golem holds so much potential for Salad, our chefs, and our customers. So what does that mean? Well, what that means is that they will begin to have options on the store to get paid out in crypto, which is absolutely awesome. I love to hear it. All right, let's see how our Windows 11 install is doing. All right, so our Windows 11 install is completed, and I did want to make a quick correction. So the processor is actually a Ryzen 9 5900X. I thought it was the 3900X, so thrilled that this is actually an upgrade. Memory registered here is 64 gigabytes, running on Windows 11. Up top here, our 2 terabyte drive is installed, and we have 1.86 terabytes available. And our 5090 is installed as well. And we do have CPU Z running. And if you wanted the exact motherboard here, this is the Tough Gaming B550 Plus Wi-Fi 2. Guys, I'll put all the parts list directly down below for this build if for some reason you're curious and want to learn more about the hardware. But let's go ahead and get Salad installed. So what we need to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up a new tab here. And if you come over to salad.com, I'm going to put a link to this directly down below. And you click Earn with My PC. And this is the screen that you should be familiar with that we were on earlier. Once you're here, you're going to click Login. Now, I have a direct link to this login. It does benefit the channel. No obligation, but if you guys would like to go ahead and support the channel, please go ahead and click that link down below and go ahead and create yourself an account. And I'll see you on the other side. All right, so once logged in here, this is pretty much what you're going to see. Now, you might not see a balance in the upper corner here. That's what I currently have on mine, but I'm going to go over to Earn and click on Earn here. And this is where you're going to be able to see some of how much you're making, your current balance, and that balance is something that you can go ahead and spend. And then you're going to see all your stats on any computers that you do put on this right here in the middle. Now, I do want to give a warning that once we go ahead and start this up, it's going to use your computer as much as it can, GPU, CPU, and bandwidth. So I recommend you run this at night or when you're at work or when you're at the gym or when you're just not using your computer, but you could pause it when you do need to use your computer because it might be tough to play those video games or work on any of those reports while this is running. So first thing we're going to do is come up here and click on Download, and that's going to bring us right to this screen. And on the left-hand side, we're going to click Download. That's going to go ahead and download this here. Now, we're working on a PC. We are not currently working on a Mac. I do not know if this actually works directly on a Mac. Now, the next step is going to say like, hey, what do you want to save for? I'm not going to click anything. I just want to increase that balance, but you can click something in here and it'll help like give you like a little target for that. But I'm using Chrome, and in the upper right-hand corner, we're going to click the download option, and look, there's Salad right there. We're going to select it. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and minimize this, and we're going to wait for Salad to go ahead and boot up. All right, so we're getting the UAC prompt here for Windows. We're going to click yes. And now this should go ahead and prompt the installer. We're going to jump through this. Nothing private or anything like that. No information we're handing out here. So we'll go ahead and in real time, we're going to sit through the installer. Now, is Salad going to make you rich? Are you going to make all this extra money? No. Are you going to make a few extra bucks here and there? Yes, especially when you're not using your rig. I highly recommend it. All right, let me go ahead and reboot this here. So as it's rebooting, won't take super long unless you have Windows updates like I do here. But as I was saying, this is not going to make you filthy rich. You're not going to make a boatload of money running this. I'm not going to say quit your job to go ahead and do this, but it is going to help you earn a little extra money on the side. And based off the demand for your hardware, it could actually be a decent amount of money per day. So keep that in mind as we go through this. All right, so Windows is back up here. Let's give it a moment. Salad should actually start on its own. If not, we'll go ahead and launch it ourselves. But traditionally, you're going to find it in the bottom right-hand corner, and it'll be one of the system tray items. So we'll give it a minute here. If it doesn't come up, I'll show you how to bring it up. And it should start up with your computer after you run it for the first time. All right, so if it doesn't come up, go ahead and click the Windows key at the bottom and just type in Salad. And you'll see it'll go ahead and pop up there, and we'll go ahead and open it. Here we go. So it's going to go ahead through and launch, and it's going to ask us to log in. So log in with the credentials that you just logged in with on the website. All right, so gone ahead and just logged in. When you click log in, it popped up Chrome for me, and it signed me in since I already signed in on Chrome. So now I'm going to hit Setup PC. And this is going to go ahead here and show you what it's doing here. So it's showing right now, for me at least, it may be different for you, the 5090 is in lower demand right now. So it's showing right now, your earning potential anywhere between 20 cents to 13 cents per hour, and it averages it out there for you. So we'll hit continue, and we're going to let this run for 2 weeks, by the way, to go ahead and do our full test. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and run with Let Salad automatically select the best performing workloads for me. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue here, but we're going to take a look at some of these settings in a minute. We're going to do skip for now, and we're going to do finish setup. So you can see here, it's showing us a little picture. It is going to show up in the bottom corner, and I'm going to close out of that here, and I'm actually going to bring up Salad itself. And it's showing here that it needs to run an update on Salad for the container environment. So I'm going to click update. There we go. Okay, perfect. So there's a few different things that I want to look at with you. So first off, I want to show you how to pause it. So we haven't started anything yet. There's a drop down box here, and chop, that's kind of going off of the Salad theme. You can click chop now to go ahead and get started. You can also set it to pause until a certain time or pause indefinitely. So you have all of these options available to you if need be. Okay, great, that finished. Great. So we can go ahead and close out of that. It was installing WSL. So you could come in and pause this at any time. So I would definitely recommend this when you need to use your computer. Come in and just pause it as needed. Now we're going to click performance here at the top, and it's showing our 5090, it's showing our CPU, and bandwidth sharing is enabled. I'm going to click configure hardware here, and I just want to make sure that everything is enabled for me. So CPU and GPU are enabled. Storage usage. This machine, we're just setting up for this test. So I'm going to go ahead and increase it up to 500 gigabytes. I don't have any concerns about that. It's asking, can it have elevated permissions on the rig to complete the task? I'm going to click allow. That'll allow that to be done. Up top here, workload types. Let Salad automatically select the best performing workload for my PC. Perfect. We're going to leave it. Let's go ahead and select advanced options. And you can set your scheduler in here if you would like. Let's say you go to bed every night at midnight and you want it to run this every night between midnight and 9 a.m. You can set that up if need be. Automatically stop idle chopping when PC is active. So when you move the mouse or open anything, it's going to stop. So you can set that up if you want. For me, I'm going to disable that because I'm making this like a dedicated rig for this during our test. If you have a strong feeling against crypto mining, you can go ahead and disable this. but I'm going to leave this enabled. All right, so all of my settings have been set. So now what? So I'm going to go ahead, open up Salad here, and I'm going to go ahead and start chopping. Now, this is going to take some time to go ahead and go through everything. If you're curious why it has 4 out of 5 for our chopping power, you can go ahead and click the question mark. You need to have 50 hours total in order to hit that kind of 5-star rating there to help you out with that. So here's what I'm going to do. Because I'm so interested, I've pretty much handed Salad the best hardware. I feel like maybe I could use a better CPU. Let's be honest. A better CPU could be used here, but a 5900X is pretty dang good. So I'm going to leave this up and running for 2 weeks, and I'm going to see you guys back here in 2 weeks. Don't go far. It'll be coming in just a second. All right, so it's actually been 30 days. I know I said I was going to do this for 2 weeks, but I lost track of time, and here we are 30 days later. So let's go ahead and take a look first at the Salad Network Monitor. This is something you guys can access when you come up to Earn and then down to Salad Network Monitor. This shows you the demand per GPU. And so for our RTX 5090, it's saying we're about 12.6 to 20 cents on average. And it says, you know, coming into account 32 gigabytes of memory. So we're at 64, 500 gigabytes of storage. We're at 2 terabytes, but we've allowed Salad to take up to 500. It says there's about a moderate demand as of now. So let's go ahead and take a look at our math. So I want to take a look here at the earnings history first. And following this line, we came in actually on January 15th, and we started actually on this downward slope here. It only goes back so far. And then we saw this nice climb up here. We were up here for $2.85 at the peak. We had a $2.73 day as well. And then we slowly started to drop down. We plateaued out here at the bottom, came back up at 226, 237, 240, and then we've kind of made our way back down. So taking a look at our totals here, you know, our current balance is $214.80. But what we do need to keep in mind is I had an account balance when I started of $181.21. So what's the difference? What did we actually make in 30 days? Well, unfortunately, it was only $33.59. On average, that comes down to about $1.11 per day. So at the end of the day, it's very clear that Salad is not a platform that is built for, well, going and building a $5,000 computer for, and then hoping to get rich and quit your full-time job. At only $33 or so over 30 days, you're not making much money. And we handed Salad one of the better rigs out there. Yeah, we could have gotten a little bit better of a CPU, but guys, a 5090, we got 64 gigabytes of memory, a 2 terabyte NVMe, and we're looking at network bandwidth of 2.5 by 2.5. That's a pretty badass rig right there. So where does that put me with Salad? I'm not a hater of Salad. I think Salad absolutely has a demographic. Those individuals that want to take an existing computer they're using for gaming or for schoolwork in college, and they want to earn a little extra, now crypto, or other gift cards on the side when they're not using it. That's why I showed you guys that setting that said when my computer is idle to run Salad and to turn off when it's no longer idle. I think it's a great avenue to go with your computer to earn a little extra something. But I would not quit your full-time job, and I would not build dedicated rigs for Salad moving forward. The demand just isn't there, especially when we've gone ahead and built such a crazy computer. Give me your thoughts and feelings directly down below. If you want to try out Salad, it's entirely free. Check the link directly down below, and I'm really looking forward to their crypto payouts. I've teamed up with the Mining Disrupt crew to help spread the word about one of the biggest crypto mining events of the year, Mining Disrupt 2026 in Miami, Florida on July 21st through July 23rd. Beginners, home crypto miners, mid-sized farm operators, full-scale operators, everyone comes together under one roof in Miami. Expect major hardware launches, industry-leading speakers, creator meetups, and amazing after parties every single night. Tickets are on sale right now, and use the code HOBBYISTMINER for 20% off. Link in the video description or scan this QR code. See you in Miami in July.